What's going on, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I'm going to talk about Carat, Alaska Gold Rush. This is another gaming crypto that is under my radar. It's been under my radar for a while, and I'm still accumulating this project because it has a lot of potential. So without any further ado, let's get started. First of all, I want to just show you briefly the website and what is this about. This is a Web3 gaming project that kind of blends this survival metaverse aspect with a first-person RPG, pretty much in the same vein of Red Dead Redemption. You probably are all very well aware, if you're gamers, about the success that Red Dead Redemption 2 had when it was released on PS4 just a few years ago. It's kind of like Western-style RPG. It was one of the most successful games of all time when it comes to Web 2. And this game kind of recreates the hype. It's set in Alaska, I think around the end of the 19th century, when there was this gold rush with a 50-cent line, Get Rich or Die shrine in Alaska. Very funny. There's these two dudes, they're just like, buy this project, up on my bags. It's open world, free to play. There's a lot to talk about this project, actually. It's enriched by not one, but two tokens specifically. It's enriched by NFTs, and you're basically going to be able to own the NFTs that you generate in this project. So hear me out. I'm going to go through it. Described right here, Web3 native game with open world and exciting plots in the metaverse. So metaverse is interesting for sure. So the metaverse concept with this Red Dead Redemption thing, and also in first person. The game that it actually takes inspiration from is on third person, not in first person. So that's also an interesting take. There is actually a lot of lore right here. So I just read it's actually set in 1897 in Alaska during the gold rush. So that's why the naming. And guess what? It says here, people can also sell the items they earn on the open market. People are actually going to be able to trade the assets that they earn in-game. This is a big factor, and this is actually one of the main points that, in my opinion, are going to thrive in this upcoming bull run. Very, very excited about this. While the first explorer, you will have a unique chance of finding the gold before the real gold rush begins. And people arrive at the Klondike, the holy grail of the gold mining world. So there's a lot of hype around here, and I like this kind of project. They have a lot of hype, they're building community, and then hype people and gamers and investors alike is described here as a game first, which is also a positive thing, because most of the projects that we had even in previous bull runs were games that were created to be blockchain first, just to basically become a Ponzi scheme in the gaming crypto industry. But these games that we're seeing right now, and that's why I'm getting so passionate about them in the first place, they are just built as a Web2 game first and then brought out to the blockchain as a Web3 project. This is both play to earn and play and earn. It brought new life and usability to NFTs. People are able to own these assets and trade them in the open market right here. This is a big deal, guys. And I definitely want you to guys understand that this is definitely one of the highlights of this project. The play-to-earn model allows players to complete and farm in-game items. There's been this problem afflicting this game that what you own in the game, what you hold, is meaningless. Or think about all of those old RPGs like the Elder Scrolls or Fallout. You know, you spend like hours and hours on end to own these assets, to own these weapons or these item collectibles, etc. But then you finish the game and so what? There's nothing that you get out of it. These projects solve this problem. You can actually get money out of all the effort and hard work that you put in by playing this game. So this makes me bullish. The NFT hype is real. And what is also worth mentioning when it comes to NFTs is that this was incorporated by the Neo Tokyo Code Network. This is plotted by Alex Becker, like 90% of the project out there that I'm covering. And this is for good reason, because this creates hype, it creates community interest. There's so many new people that got exposed to this project just because of the fact that Alex Becker is pumping the bags of the early investors like us and the people in my community. That is a big deal, guys, and this is definitely gonna make sure that Alaska Gold Rush does very well in the bull run. So this is definitely something that I'm excited about. And by the way, the team is super active. They're showing a lot of gameplay right here. And it actually looks decent. You can see right here that there's also like a big emphasis on the survival mode of this, because it's not just a game to just roam around. It's an actual survival game set in this environment as a metaverse, and a big emphasis on collectible, as I was saying before. This game looks so good, guys. This is one of the only few Web3 gaming projects that I actually would be interested in playing myself and not just investing money into it. There's even lore on the characters in this white paper, nice. And they're actually plugging the fact that you'll be able to use a VR headset to enhance the experience in the game. Now, I'm not super bullish on VR games overall, so I'm not sure what to do with this piece of information. But if they're actually able to pull it off, well, that's a cherry on top of the whole experience. I feel that games in that aspect are definitely going to get better and better in the future. So yeah, that could actually be very good news for the future. We were talking about the play to earn and play and earn economy. However, this is free to play. So I definitely want to put emphasis on this, that people, of course, are not going to be able to purchase in-game assets and get rewards and trade, etc., without actually participating in the token ecosystem. However, the game itself is free to play. You can literally play this without spending a single penny on it. And that's why I'm also just pointing out that this is a Web 2 game in the first place. So very good stuff, but of course, you're going to be able to earn and upgrade your gear early if you participate in the Web3 ecosystem. Now, guys, before I actually talk about the tokenomics, I definitely need to mention this, that there are two currencies in the game. So Carat is the main cryptocurrency ecosystem. You will be able to purchase the hard items through it. However, the gold is the off-chain currency. This is not a cryptocurrency. It doesn't sit on the blockchain, but it's pretty much the currency that you're going to utilize in-game. You're going to be able to purchase consumable items, so like potions and stamina stuff. I'm not exactly sure. However, the Carat is going to be used for the solid items, like be like a weapon or a shovel or whatever. Kind of makes it confusing that they have two different tokens to use in this ecosystem, and I actually would have preferred if they had a single thing and they would have just used the Carat crypto for everything. So it kind of makes it a bit confusing, but again, it's not the end of the world. I've seen already like several projects using like two different currencies in game, so it's not a big of a deal. The project is going to be good and it's going to pump regardless, so that is not like a major point of concern. And I think this comes to the fact that the hard items, the on-chain items, will be tradable with Carat for the main fact that those will count as NFTs. So you will be able to sell, let's say, your gun as an NFT because it's going to be a hard item and it's going to sit on the blockchain. You're going to be able to trade it just like it was an NFT, as it is indeed an NFT. So I do see the point in what they were trying to make, and maybe this was needed for, fostering this in-game economy of trading in-game assets. Now, the tokenomics are okay-ish. They're not the best in the game. There's quite a bit of allocation into, you can see here a private sale. 23% of a private sale is not great. 10% in TGE, which kind of explains the initial drop that we can see right here in the chart. Like, it was not a negligible drop, which is to be expected because the tokens that are going to be released at TGE are going to be sold by the early investors. They're going to sell them and take profits. So yeah, I do understand the point right here. And then 12-month vesting. We also got to understand that this is a relatively new project and a 12-month cliff is going to start very, very shortly, pretty much at the beginning of the bull run in April 2024. Is this a coincidence? No, it's not. This is all planned, and this is how these people are planning to make money because they know that altcoin season is going to start after the halving and the prices are going to go up. So this is all planned. If you're not new to crypto, you already probably know these things, and I don't need to repeat them to you. Now, DEX liquidity, treasury, marketing, there's a big chunk of centralization for this, of tokens that are to the private investors and the seed sale, etc., the team. So yeah, this is not negligible, but guess what? The project is going to pump regardless, so I don't particularly care, but it's good to be well aware of this, and it's also good to be well aware of when these tokens are actually gonna vest and when the cliff is actually gonna end. So make sure to do your own research before making an entry in this project or any kind of project really, because this is not financial advice. Roadmap looks clear. The game was actually created in 2020, which I was actually very surprised about. It's been literally in the books for like years, for 4 years at this point, and that is also a good thing because it kind of follows the development of a Web2 game. It's not the typical blockchain game that gets developed into 1 year. The developers just put it to the market because it's trash and it's gonna pump and then they're gonna dump on you. This actually looks like a game that might be durable in the future because it's been developed kind of like a Web2 game. So That makes me very, very bullish. It seems like there's going to be a lot of season update, compatibility with VR right here. Although I'm sure that there's plenty more of this. It's just probably not updated because it's just like the white paper, as we were saying before. Design information in this white paper, which is definitely very good. Maybe not necessary info for the investors, but there's a lot of information about the game economy. There's a lot of information about the game quest and how the storyline is actually going to progress and how this game is actually looking to be not boring in the future. The difference between hard and soft items, like we were saying before, one is tradable with Carat and the other one with gold, and of course the hard items. This is exactly what I mentioned before. Gold does not sit on the blockchain. These are all the in-game items that are not NFTs, so basically the soft consumable items. Here's all the items that are going to sit as NFTs, so clothes, firearms, bows, knives, sleds, and skins for pickaxes and weapons. I gotta say, this is definitely one of the most comprehensive white papers that I've ever seen. Like, there's so much in this white paper that I could go on for hours and hours, and I definitely gotta give it to them because they made this game free to play from the start, and all of this adds to the whole experience of the game, and the blockchain experience is something on top of a game that is made and created with the idea of being free to play from the start. So that is definitely very good because it's just like not exclusive to Web3. Very, very good. The website looks also decent. It's like mining Bitcoin during the gold rush. So much lore for this project. Go see the gameplay.
But with you can keep
everything you find, you can keep, they say. And that is exactly the case, because everything that you find and you own in this game as an NFT, you can keep, you can trade, you can make money, you can sell it to other people. Good stuff, guys. I think that you're actually gonna be able to buy land, but don't quote me on that. I'm not exactly certain, but it seems like it. I know what you were thinking. You were wondering if the team is doxed, and yes, the team is doxed, and there's LinkedIn profile to all of the C-level executives of this project right here. I've had a background check, and yeah, people seem legit. People seem to exist, which is definitely good. You guys know that if the team is doxed, there's less of a chance that this project is gonna rug you. Also, there's a much better chance that this project is actually gonna be listed on the centralized exchanges, on a tier 1 centralized exchanges like Coinbase, Kraken, Binance. If these teams are not listed, if these teams are not doxed, chances are that those projects are actually not gonna get listed to those exchanges. Like, top tip that you probably didn't know. And by looking at the timeline right here, it also seems like there's gonna be a massive engine and graphics update. So wow. Bullish stuff, bullish stuff. What's not to be bullish on a project like this? Probably the tokenomics, I would say. There's a big degree of centralization in this project, and this should probably be the only problem that could afflict you in the long term if you're looking to hold this for like 2 years plus. I wouldn't recommend to hold after the bull market because the price is going to crash. That is the cycle. That's the Bitcoin halving cycle, the 4-year cycle. But I don't need to go into detail about this stuff in this video because you probably already know what I'm talking about right here. I've examined the smart contract, and no, there's nothing dodgy about it. There's no buy and sell taxes. That is also one of the major red flags that I always in the lookout for when I look into a new project. The market cap is sitting right now below 16 million, so 15 million, almost 16 million in market cap, which is relatively small. It's not like massive by any means. This still has the potential to go 50 or even 100x plus potential, in my opinion. I don't think that it's too much to deal with. And yeah, if I look at the exchange listing situation, this is also one of the things that makes me the most bullish on a project like this. This is essentially only listed on PancakeSwap and Gate.io, which makes me really believe that this is a lot of potential, because Gate.io, in a lot of countries, you can't even use it. So for the most part, this is listed on a DEX, PancakeSwap, and that's the majority of the volume. When this is listed even on something like Maxi, the volume is gonna ramp up significantly. The market cap is gonna grow a lot. People are going to make money, especially the early investors like me and my patrons, because we're buying on PancakeSwap right here before it gets to those major exchanges, like even Maxi in this case, but of course the Coinbase, the Crypto.com, Gemini of the sort, because a lot of people are actually going to buy only then, and we early investors are going to make a lot of money. By looking at the vesting schedule right here, yes, it seems like it's actually getting serious from the cliff right here around the start of the bull run. However, we can see that after this, after after the start of a bull run in April 2024. The vesting is actually going to be sort of linear, so it doesn't seem to be a major point of concern for me. But again, it's not negligible the fact that there is a massive centralization aspect in this project, but it shouldn't afflict you too much unless you're looking to hold for more than 2 years, really. It's on the Binance Smart Chain, so you can see right here. And yeah, it's a good thing that it's not on Ethereum, because I hate the Ethereum gas fees. I don't want to deal with that in the bull run. I don't want to deal with gas fees that are like hundreds of dollars. So I'm glad that it's actually on the Binance Smart Chain. And like any token on the BNB chain, you can add it to Tangent, whether it's supported or not. You can still add it as a custom address. So I would definitely recommend you guys store it in Tangent. I'm an affiliate and I have a discount link down in the description. It will give you automatically 10% off applied at checkout if you use my code by clicking the link in the description. So thank you so much in advance if you're doing so. This is pretty much it. There's a decent social media presence. I think that this looks actually organic by the kind of engagement that they have. It seems pretty much legit and organic. So something else that makes me bullish. Yeah, and they're posting a lot of like updates and gameplay glimpses, etc. So definitely something to get bullish and to pay attention to if this is any of your interest. As I said, I have a lot of reason to believe that this is gonna do multiple X's in the bull run. So definitely something to be on your watch list. But of course, do your own research as always. And if you want to know when I buy this gem or any other gem, if you want to know it before anyone else, before I bring these gems to the YouTube channel, you definitely want to consider joining the Patreon, because this is where it's at, guys. You're gonna get access to my buy and sell alerts, one of the best communities in crypto right now. My private community is growing significantly. We're more than 300 members right now, so I really hope to see you there. You're also gonna get access to not just my buy and sell alerts, but also to secret gem reviews before I bring them out to my YouTube, private Patreon live stream in which we're going to go very much in detail, even with details like portfolio reviews and cash out strategies for the bull run and to create generational wealth. So I really hope to see you there and to help you out with your crypto investing journey. And as always, until then, take care.